Emily! I'm craving something sweet. Go to the convenience store and buy me some ice cream right now.
Huh? Excuse me?
And deliver it within 5 minutes. And make sure it's the premium brand with the red packaging. You know, the expensive one that costs like $6.
Sophie, I'm working right now, and couldn't you just go buy it yourself? You're in high school, so you can surely go to the nearby convenience store on your own.
I'm busy with college prep. Unlike a bottom-tier temp worker like you, I'm using my brain fully and need some sugar. So go get it for me right now.
What?
And even though you're working, it's just a minimum wage convenience store job, right? You can slack off a little. Should be no problem.
Wait a minute, Sophie. Me, a temp worker? A convenience store job? What do you mean by that?
Huh? What do you mean, what do I mean? I'm talking about you. Dad already told me about everything. That you'll be freeloading in our house for a whole year starting this week. That you're a washout who got laid off and now works at a convenience store. But even that wasn't enough to survive, so you came crying to my parents, right?
What?
Dad said you were pretty pathetic when you showed up at our door, begging them to take you in because you couldn't even pay rent anymore. Honestly, I don't appreciate having this decided without my input. I have college entrance exams this year, and now I have to live with a loser aunt? Do you know how much concentration I need for my studies? And now I have to deal with a desperate relative cluttering up our home. They should have just abandoned a laid-off old hag like you. Dad and Mom are too nice.
All this about my part-time job and being laid off, your dad actually explained all this to you?
That's right. He said it's about helping each other out, so I should cooperate too. Mom even said you might as well use her as a negative example. Like, seeing such a pathetic adult would motivate me to study harder. She told me your career collapsed because you never took your education seriously. That's why I need to focus on my studies now.
Oh, is that so?
But I thought that wasn't enough. So I decided you'll be both my negative example and my errand girl. It's the least you can do to repay our family's kindness, right? So anyway, go get that ice cream now. 5-minute time limit, okay? And while you're at it, pick up some snacks for my study session tonight. I need some brain food.
Rachel, we need to talk. This is enough. I can't handle being treated like a convenience store worker for a whole year. And being your daughter's negative example and errand girl? That wasn't part of our agreement for me living here, was it?
Huh? What's wrong, sis? Convenience store job? What are you talking about?
Hey, Emily, don't play dumb. You two have been giving your daughter a convenient explanation. I was laid off and now work at a convenience store? And you even told her to use me as a negative example for her studies? How can you just lie to her like this? Sophie just ordered me to buy her ice cream within 5 minutes like I'm her personal servant.
I'm sorry, sis. I really didn't mean for this to happen. I was planning to tell Sophie the truth. But then Daniel suddenly started saying you'd been laid off from work. And I just went along with it. We were going to correct it later, but it just seemed easier to let her believe that story for a while.
And as a result, I'm being ordered around by my niece. Being looked down on as a bottom-tier temp worker and being told to buy ice cream within 5 minutes. Do you know how humiliating that feels? Your daughter even called me an old hag and a washout.
What? Sophie actually said that? Oh my god, I never thought she'd speak to you that way. I'm so sorry.
It's all because of your lies. What other fake stories have you made up? It's pretty rare for a high schooler to look down on her aunt this much.
Well, we told her you were an incompetent employee who got laid off. And now you're working at a convenience store because you have to. And that you're sloppy so you don't have a penny in savings, and you're still single with no boyfriend, so you have no one to rely on. And that you came begging us to let you live here, so we're helping you out. But we never told her to be disrespectful to you like that, I swear.
But what's the reality?
It was actually Daniel who got laid off, and the reason was that he was too incompetent at his job. And he even tried to hit on a part-time employee. Before the affair could even happen, the part-timer reported him and he was immediately fired. The company was actually going to press harassment charges, but they let him off with just termination if he left quietly. We couldn't tell Sophie that her father was fired for such a disgusting reason.
Right. And it's you two who don't have a penny in savings, isn't it? Because you, as a stay-at-home mom, never properly kept track of the household budget. And what little savings you did manage to put away all disappeared by recklessly jumping into crypto without telling, right?
That's exactly right. That's why I consulted you and begged for your help. Thanks to you, we're now able to manage our living expenses. Without your monthly support, we'd be homeless by now.
Right. So after all that, this treatment seems pretty awful, don't you think? I understand it would be painful to tell Sophie the truth, but making up a convenient story and casting me as the villain? That's going too far.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Daniel was the one who started the lie. He didn't want Sophie to lose respect for him. I never thought Sophie would treat you like an errand girl. You've been so generous, paying our bills and helping us stay afloat. I know that this isn't how we should be repaying you.
If you have time to apologize, hurry up and clear this misunderstanding. Otherwise, it's going to affect your living situation.
What? We can't just keep this fake story going.
What? Do you actually think that's okay?
But it's too late to change the story now. Otherwise, we'd have to tell her the truth. But Sophie is studying for college entrance exams this year. It's a crucial time. I don't want to burden her with all this. I don't want her to know about our family crisis. She's always been so proud of her father. It would crush her to learn what really happened.
So you're asking me to continue to keep playing this terrible role? To keep being looked down on and ordered around by my niece?
I'll handle everything. Just tell me when Sophie tries to make you run errands. I'll do everything in your place. Please, just go along with it for 1 year. Once she gets into college, we can gradually tell her the truth. By then, Daniel might have a stable job again.
Fine, I'll ignore Sophie's attitude toward me, and I'll forward any errand requests directly to you. Let's see how that goes for a while, but if things get worse, I might consider moving out.
Yes, I'll make sure things don't get worse. I'll go buy Sophie that ice cream right away. And I'll talk to her about being more respectful to you without revealing our situation. Thank you so much for your understanding, sis. I don't know what we'd do without you. Enough is enough, you bottom-feeder hag. You're my personal errand girl, so stop using my mom. Why aren't you buying what I ask for? A servant shouldn't make my mom into your servant.
But your mom volunteered to do it herself. That's why I've just been forwarding your errand request to her.
What? Mom would never say that. Nobody in this world would voluntarily want to be someone's errand girl. Mom's been running herself ragged the past 2 months handling all these tasks.
I wonder about that.
What a shameless old woman. You're probably just using your position as the older sister to push everything onto her. First, you leech off our family, and now you're making my already stressed out mom do your tasks? How can you be so entitled, you parasite?
Parasite? I'm impressed you even know such a nasty word.
Oh, did that hit a nerve? Actually, Mom's the one who calls you that.
What did you say?
I told Mom she doesn't need to be your errand girl. She should make you buy me ice cream and snacks. And Mom said I'd like to, but the parasite might explode if provoked, and who knows what she'd do. She said you have such a bad temper that she's afraid to confront you directly.
What?
That's what they call people who leech off others to survive, right? And once a parasite attaches, they're quite troublesome. They're selfish, full of pride, and unpredictable when angry. Mom says you've always been like this, even when you were kids, taking her things and throwing tantrums when confronted.
That girl, making up nonsense again.
It's so sad that Mom has to deal with such a sister. I can't stand watching Mom suffer anymore. I've been watching how you treat her, and it's disgusting. You barely help around the house, you eat our food, use our utilities, and give nothing back. So, old lady, isn't it about time you moved out of this house?
Excuse me?
I know it was supposed to be a year-long arrangement, but I can't take it anymore. I can't live with a bottom-feeding parasite anymore. Just seeing you irritates me, and I can't stand how you're manipulating my parents. They're too kind to kick you out themselves, so I'm doing it for them. It's affecting my studies having to share a home with someone like you.
First, I'm called a parasite, and now I'm being told to leave. I can't believe this.
Dad and Mom might be nice, but I'm different. Your layoff circumstances aren't our problem, and honestly, getting laid off is your fault anyway. Good employees don't get laid off anyway. This is what happens when you don't study hard in school like I do, old lady. You brought this on yourself. Some people succeed in life and others fail. It's that simple.
I wonder about that. There can be many different circumstances and reasons behind layoffs. For example, economic downturns or global situations. Sometimes even excellent employees face unexpected challenges.
Huh? That doesn't matter. If there's an economic downturn, companies would be fighting over talented employees. You were just dead weight, so you got tossed aside. Only people with no real skills get laid off. That's what Dad always says. Which explains why you're now a convenience store worker at your age. Pretty pathetic.
That's a harsh thing to say, but that harshness will come back to bite you later.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to threaten me? I'm studying properly, and in the future, I'll be a talented employee that companies compete for. So that won't happen to me. I'm already at the top of my class. I'll get into a top university, unlike you. I'm definitely different from a bottom-tier temp like you. Life is a competition, and some people just lose. You're one of the losers.
Oh, is that so?
Just get out, bottom-feeder hag. It's pathetic that someone your age can't live without relying on her younger sister's family. Get out, parasite.
Well, give my regards to your parents.
Hurry up and move out. Dad and Mom are probably sick of you by now. Mom's too nice to say it to your face, but I know she wants you gone.
Then I won't be providing the monthly $5,000 for living expenses, your tuition, cram school fees, and other expenses anymore.
Huh?
From now on, you'll have to manage with just your beloved dad and mom. Your stay-at-home mom who can't even keep a proper budget or invest properly, and your unemployed dad who still hasn't found a new job. You'll have to support such parents.
What? Invest? Unemployed? Huh? What are you talking about?
Well, I'll hurry and pack my things. This house only has people who call their benefactors parasites, so I'd better get away from such an ungrateful household quickly. I'll be out by tonight. Good luck with your future.
Wait, Emily! What was that about just now? $5,000 a month? What are you suddenly talking about? You're the one who's been living off us.
Even if I told you, you probably wouldn't believe me. So if you're curious, ask your mom. Ask her about how all the previous stories were lies and what the real situation of this house is.
Huh? What do you mean lies? What real situation?
Well, take care, Sophie. It'll be tough, but good luck with your exam studies. Otherwise, you won't become a talented employee and will struggle in the future.
Wait, what do you mean? I don't understand.
Ask your parents. They'll explain everything.
How could you do this to us, sis? Why did you have to tell Sophie everything? Because of you, we had to reveal everything to her. Do you know how devastated she is right now hearing all this? She's locked herself in her room and won't come out.
It would have come out sooner or later. Maybe it's better that it came out early. It must have been painful for you as a parent to keep lying to your beloved daughter, right?
This is the most painful part, having my daughter find out we have zero savings and her dad is unemployed. She looked at me like I was a stranger, like she couldn't believe her own mother would lie to her face for months. She kept asking why we lied, why we made you the villain. I just didn't know what to say to her.
Don't worry, you can rebuild if you work together as a family. This could be an opportunity for all of you to start being honest with each other. I've already signed a contract for a new place, so goodbye. I'll send movers to pick up my belongings later.
What? You're kidding, right? Are you seriously planning to move out at this timing? You can't do this to us, not now when everything's falling apart.
Of course I'm moving out. I can't live in that house anymore. Your daughter made it very clear that I'm not welcome there.
No, wait. How are we supposed to survive if you leave? You said you wouldn't give us living expenses anymore, right?
Yes, not a penny more. And let me tell you, I won't be sending you allowances either.
You're joking. No allowances either? How will we pay our bills? The mortgage is already 2 months behind.
I don't have money to send to an insolent niece and self-centered sister and brother-in-law. I tried to be understanding, even when I was being treated horribly. There's a limit to my patience.
Don't say that and come back, sis. Daniel still hasn't found a job. Please, don't talk about leaving. Let's reconsider. Sophie was just confused because of the lies we told her. She didn't mean those things she said. She's just a child who doesn't understand adult problems. You've always been hopeless with housework, so living alone will be tough. If you stay here, I'll do all the housework as a housewife.
Yes, that was a big help. I was busy preparing to launch my business after quitting my corporate job. But thanks to you, it's already on track. If all goes well, I should be able to hire a few people to reduce my workload. And for the housework I'm not good at, I've already contracted a housekeeper. So your services are no longer required.
Huh?
I'm completely fine on my own.
No way.
Well then, I'll be going now. I'll be busy for a while, so don't contact me. Handle your family situation within your family.
That's impossible now. I've even dipped into my daughter's education funds. Without your help, we can't survive anymore.
Wait, what do you mean you used her education funds?
We were saving Sophie's college funds in a separate account. We also had education insurance and other savings. But Daniel secretly canceled them and used the money for gambling.
What?
He was stressed and gave in. Of course I scolded him right away, but... Well, I thought just once wouldn't hurt, so I started too, and then both of us got hooked.
What? So all of her education funds were blown on your gambling habit?
That's right. We couldn't stop because of the stress. So please, sis, we'll manage our living expenses somehow. But please help with Sophie's education at least. She's a bright girl who deserves a chance at college. Don't punish her for our mistakes.
Absolutely not. I can already see a future where it just ends up in the hands of gambling-addicted parents.
We won't do that anymore. We'll never gamble again.
Let me ask you something. Where are you right now?
Huh?
After confessing everything to your daughter, facing that embarrassment, where are you now?
At the gambling parlor. Being at home with Sophie's judgmental stares was too much to bear. I just needed a distraction for an hour or two. The stress was unbearable.
What a textbook gambling addict. I definitely can't give money to a sister and brother-in-law like you. I feel bad for Sophie, but she'll have to give up on college.
No!
You have no right to be shocked, you terrible parent. Being just a stay-at-home mom and start working a bit yourself. Take responsibility for once in your life instead of relying on others to bail you out.
Please don't abandon us. Sophie will hate me forever if she can't go to college.
That's between you and her. I'm done enabling this dysfunctional family.
How could you, Emily? Abandoning your sister's family in this situation and moving out. After Mom and Dad explained everything to me, I understand now.
Excuse me, but weren't you the one who kicked me out? Weren't you the one who called me a parasite and a bottom feeder?
But I didn't know anything. I had no idea you were supporting us. I thought you were the one who needed help. That's what Mom and Dad told me. Please, Emily, come back home. Dad, our breadwinner, has been laid off, and our family finances are in big trouble. Mom just told me everything, how they've been lying to me for months, how they've been living off your money while pretending to help you. You've successfully started your business and are making good money, right? Can't you help us a little?
Your family's layoff circumstances aren't my problem. And isn't getting laid off the employee's fault? Isn't that what you told me, Sophie?
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I didn't understand how complicated these things are.
If your breadwinner dad had been a talented employee, he wouldn't have ended up like this, would he? I do feel sorry for you, but if you want to blame someone, blame your deadweight father. No, worse than deadweight. He's the lowest, trying to hit on young women when he has a family. What a terrible man.
That's certainly Dad's fault, but I'm sure he had his reasons. Maybe work was so tough that he was driven crazy with stress. That's how he ended up making a mistake.
Oh my, I thought layoff circumstances didn't matter, regardless of reason. Economic downturns and unavoidable circumstances don't matter. It's just about whether you're dead weight or not, right? Study hard and do well on your exams so you don't become like that. Isn't it wonderful that your father has become a negative example for you?
That's not wonderful, it's the worst. How can I concentrate on studying in this situation? And there's no point in studying hard if I don't have money for college. Please, Emily, at least cover my college expenses. Otherwise, I'll have to give up on higher education. I've always dreamed of going to university. I've been working so hard for the entrance exams.
Then why don't you just give up?
Huh?
Right now, you're like a parasite trying to leech off me. You wouldn't want to live like such a bottom feeder, would you?
Parasite is harsh. How can you say that to your cute niece? I know I was terrible to you before, but that was because I didn't know the truth. I would never have said those things if Mom and Dad hadn't lied to me.
It's impressive you can complain about harshness. Don't use words on others that hurt when they're used on you. You judged me without knowing my circumstances. You treated me like garbage based on assumption.
That's... You're right. I was awful to you. I'm truly sorry. I was arrogant and cruel. I looked down on you without knowing anything. But please don't punish me for my parents' lies and my own ignorance. I really need to go to college.
The most terrible thing is your attitude all this time. If you understand, don't contact me again. I heard that my sister and her husband frantically started looking for work. Daniel got a job at a nearby factory, and Rachel started working at the local supermarket. However, since they prioritized finding work quickly over salary or benefits, their pay is quite low, just enough to get by. Not only did they blow their savings on gambling, but they also racked up several $1,000s in debt, so now the three of them are living on a ramen noodle budget to pay it back. As for Sophie, she had to give up on college and now works at a convenience store after school to help with the family finances. But she's surprisingly slow and constantly gets scolded by both the manager and customers. Becoming a talented employee seems to be much harder than she imagined. Now she reportedly cries heavily every day, saying, "I don't want to work anymore," and is gradually becoming a shut-in.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Mia, what's going on? The $500 for this month's living expenses, it's still not in my account. If you're living at home, you need to pay your fair share.
Huh? I definitely paid this month.
Don't give me that. I just checked and there's nothing there.
I set up automatic transfers to prevent forgetting. Don't just check the balance, look at the transaction history.
Why should I have to do something so troublesome? I just got back from the bank. Well, I'm definitely paying, so it's frustrating to be accused without you even checking. This isn't an accusation. The fact is, there's no money in the account. Have you checked your other accounts? Maybe you transferred it elsewhere. Don't try to confuse me. I know which account you're supposed to deposit to. This has never happened before. You just didn't pay. There must not have been enough money in your account for the automatic transfer. That's impossible. It's set up to withdraw from my paycheck account. There's absolutely no way there wasn't enough money. Then where is the money? Did it just vanish into thin air? I don't know, but I promise you I set up the transfer. Maybe check with the bank again? Shut up! Stop making excuses and pay up, you stupid girl! Mom, seriously. I can't believe you can't even properly pay $500 in living expenses. Still a part-timer at your age. It's so disappointing. And you're not even married yet. You really are a worthless daughter. I told you I've been paying for it, and my job has nothing to do with this conversation. Of course it does. I sent you to college and you ended up a part-timer. And you're still working at that clothing store because you like clothes. At your age, it's just embarrassing and pathetic. You're such a disappointment. All your classmates are married with proper careers by now. You don't know that, and even if they were, everyone has their own path. Part-timer or not, I'm earning good money. My sales are good, and with bonuses, I make about the same as people my age with regular jobs. But a part-time job is still just a part-time job. It's so embarrassing. What should I tell my friends when they ask what my daughter does? Just tell them I work in fashion retail. It's the truth. Why can't you be more like your brother? Oh, here we go again. Stop comparing me with David. David graduated college and got a proper job, and now he's even paying for the house renovation. He casually covers the $2,000 monthly mortgage. What? What a wonderful son he is, just like me. He kindly told me I'm the eldest son, so let me handle this much. He's such a thoughtful son, caring for his mother who lives apart from him. That's what a real adult does, Mia. Takes responsibility. You're saying that I don't take responsibility? And did you know David is finally getting married? Really? Yes, to a wonderful girl from a good family. And when are you going to get married? All my friends are already grandmothers. I'm focused on my career right now. Career? It's just a part-time job. You should learn from your brother. You get to live in a newly renovated house for just $500 and you can't even pay that on time. I told you I paid it. Just check the transaction history. Enough with the excuses. Just pay up. Got it? But Mom... Just hurry up. I expect it in my account by the end of the day. Hey, David.
Hey, sis, what's up?
Have you still not told Mom that I'm paying your share too? She does seem to misunderstand the whole situation.
What?
About the $2,000 mortgage. You're supposed to be paying the full mortgage because you'll inherit the house eventually, right? It's $2,000 a month because you wanted to impress Mom with a fancy renovation. But last year, you started complaining about the recession affecting your bonuses and salary. You came crying to me, and now I'm covering the entire mortgage for you.
Well, yes, but I can't possibly tell Mom about this.
Why not?
Mom thinks I'm her pride and joy. I can't tell her that I got a pay cut and can't even pay the mortgage, and that I had to beg my little sister for help.
Don't use Mom as an excuse. You just want to keep being the golden child, right?
No, that's not it at all.
Then what is it? Because every month I transfer $2,500, my $500 plus your $2,000, and somehow I'm still the irresponsible one here?
Listen, things'll turn around soon. The company is doing better.
But you've been saying that for months.
This time it's true. We just landed a big client.
Then explain it to Mom quickly. You said you wanted to explain the mortgage and job situation to Mom yourself. It's awful to hide it when it's convenient.
I will, I promise. Just give me a little more time.
Because of that, I got another earful from Mom.
Really?
You know full well that Mom adores you and treats me like an idiot.
Come on, she doesn't think you're an idiot.
You're the dutiful son, and I'm the disappointment. She told me to follow your example since you give her $2,000 a month. And then she accused me of skipping my $500 payment, which I definitely made.
What?
I feel terrible. I'm paying what I owe and covering for you too, so why do I have to be treated like this? This is absolutely not fair. That $500 was definitely withdrawn by Mom without realizing it.
Wait, what's this about $500 in living expenses? Tell me more about the details.
You know I send $500 monthly to Mom as rent, right? Instead of giving it to her directly, I transfer it to her bank account.
Right, I remember.
But apparently, it's disappeared from her account, so now she suspects I'm skipping payments.
Really?
You know how Mom has multiple unnecessary bank accounts? She told me to deposit $500 monthly into one of them. I set up an automatic transfer from my paycheck account. But somehow this month, the balance is showing zero. She won't even check the transaction history. She's convinced her low-income, ungrateful daughter is trying to avoid paying.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I think I withdrew that $500. It's me.
What?
I had no idea it was your living expenses. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that's what that account was for.
Wait, what do you mean? You withdrew from the account without permission?
Well, I've been struggling financially. When I visited home recently to announce my engagement, I took some money.
You what?
There was only $500 in there. I thought it was a forgotten account. I figured no one would notice if I withdrew from it.
Are you kidding me?
I was desperate. The ring cost more than I expected.
Why would you take money from Mom's account without permission?
Because I needed money. You have to understand, I had no choice.
No. If you're struggling with just $500, that's a strange situation. Even with a salary cut, you shouldn't be that desperate.
Shut up! You're single, so you wouldn't understand, but marriage costs money. And I'll pay it back, okay? I'll pay it back!
Excuse me? Why are you getting angry? I'm the one who's being inconvenienced because of you.
I said I'll fix it. What more do you want? Anyway, I'll return the $500 right away, so this conversation is over.
It's not over until you tell Mom the truth about everything.
And don't you dare tell Mom about this, understand?
Fine, but this is the last time I cover for you.
Thank you. I'll make it right, I promise.
Whatever.
Mia!
What is it?
I'm sorry for the sudden announcement, but I need you to move out. Could you pack your things and leave today?
Today?
Yes, today. It's urgent.
Why are you suddenly saying this?
I told you your brother is getting married, right? Well, they've decided to register their marriage at the end of this month.
Yes, he mentioned that, but what does that have to do with me leaving our house?
And the wonderful news is that they'll be moving in with me after they get married.
What? Living together with you?
Isn't it wonderful, my son and daughter-in-law, right here with me? He really is such a thoughtful child. He always said he'd eventually return home, but I never expected he'd bring his wife back with him. So different from such an ungrateful daughter.
So you're saying I'm in the way of this arrangement, and that's why I need to leave?
You catch on quickly. That's helpful.
I can't believe this.
A part-timer who's still single at your age would make his wife uncomfortable. So you need to leave this house now!
How would you know I'd make her uncomfortable?
David said so himself. He wants to start his married life without his sister looking around.
I see. But don't be unreasonable about leaving today. I'll find a new place by the end of the month.
No, that won't do. You absolutely must leave today.
That's impossible. I need time to find an apartment and pack my things.
If I give you a grace period, a useless person like you won't prepare. You'll just try to stay here as long as possible.
I wouldn't do that.
I can't trust the word of a daughter who can't even pay $500 in living expenses. I just checked the account and this month's payment still hasn't been made.
What?
The balance is still zero. I'm beyond angry, just disappointed. Pack your things and leave now. I can't live with a part-timer who can't even afford to pay $500 anymore.
This is ridiculous.
I want to enjoy living with my son and his wife.
Mom, please listen to me first. I've been paying my living expenses. This month's $500 was actually taken by David without permission.
What? David would never do such a thing like that. How low can you go, blaming your shortcomings on David? Mia, how despicable can you be?
It's the truth. Ask him yourself. Please, just listen to me.
Shut up! Just get out of this house already! This house was renovated with the intention of giving it to your brother. That's why David pays the $2,000 monthly mortgage.
About that mortgage,
you, who can't even pay living expenses, let alone the mortgage, have no right to stay here.
Mom,
since we're at this point, let me be clear. I don't want to see your face anymore. You're still working at that clothing store at your age, and you're not even married. I don't need a failure of a daughter like you.
Is that really how you see me?
What else should I see? Your brother has a career, is getting married, and supports his mother. What have you done? If you can only pay $500 in living expenses, get out now! Go live in an internet cafe or a park or wherever you want.
Then I'll just move into a luxury high-rise.
Are you stupid? With your low income that can only afford $500 for home expenses? A part-timer like you couldn't possibly live in a luxury apartment. Those are for rich people who earn over $100,000 a year.
Then I qualify, since I earn $100,000.
What? You're lying. There's no way.
I'll look for a luxury apartment that I can move into today. I was out anyway, since I'm off work today.
You're bluffing. You can't afford a luxury apartment.
I'll be back late since I'm going to a real estate agency. I'll pack my things as soon as I get back.
Wait a minute. You earning $100,000 is definitely a lie, right? A part-timer at a clothing store couldn't possibly earn that much, right?
I told you, I make decent money even as a part-timer. You might not know, but I'm actually a popular sales associate. That's why I earn a respectable income even as a part-timer.
That's impossible! You're just saying that because you're cornered.
Have you ever asked about my job, my sales record, how much I make in commissions?
Well, no, but...
Plus, I've started my own brand, and that's doing well too. Between my part-time job and brand sales, I easily make $100,000 a year.
What? What do you mean, your own brand? Are you selling clothes you made yourself?
Not just clothes, but coats, socks, and various items. I'm using all the business and design knowledge I learned in college.
What you learned in college is being useful now?
Of course it is. What did you think I was doing all this time?
And that results in $100,000 annual income? You never mentioned any of this before, and you only pay $500 in living expenses. If you really earn that much, why don't you pay more?
Because I didn't want to.
What?
I'm tired of always being compared to David. You look down on my job, always saying it's just a part-time job.
Even when I talk about store sales or my brand, you barely listen, saying, "Who cares about a part-timer's stories?"
Oh, did I say that?
2 months ago, at dinner, I tried to tell you about my collection being featured in a local boutique. But you only talk about your precious son, David.
I'm sure I didn't mean to ignore you.
I do pay my living expenses, but I take care of myself. I cook, clean, and do my own laundry without relying on you, so I didn't feel like paying more.
But if you're earning as much as $100,000, surely you could pay a little more. David is paying $2,000 a month even though he doesn't live here.
That's because he'll eventually inherit this house, so it's only natural. I've been covering that $2,000 mortgage for him lately.
What? What do you mean?
Even with a $100,000 income, a monthly expense of over $2,000 is tough.
Wait, what do you mean you're covering for him? David has been paying the mortgage for this house every month.
I'm telling you, I'm the one paying it now.
That can't be. He told me just last week that he transferred the money.
David's company is in a recession with declining performance, and his salary has been drastically cut. In that situation, it's hard to cover his own living expenses plus a $2,000 monthly mortgage. So he asked me to help him out for a little while.
What? David is in such a difficult situation. His salary was cut. I've never heard about this.
Because he didn't tell you. He was too embarrassed.
But he always seems so confident when he visits. He brought expensive gifts for my birthday last month.
That I paid for. He told me what to buy and I covered it.
This can't be happening.
Just to be clear, if I move out, I'm not going to keep paying the mortgage I've been covering. From now on, you and David will have to handle it yourselves.
What? Will that be okay? Hasn't David's company performance recovered yet? Are you sure he can pay $2,000 monthly in this situation?
How would I know? I'm off to find a luxury apartment to live in by myself.
Wait, Mia, don't go yet.
You just told me to leave immediately, remember? I'm just following your orders.
But that was before I knew about David's situation.
Too late. I've wanted my own place for a while anyway.
Hey, Mia, this is a problem.
What now?
Why won't you keep paying the mortgage?
Huh? Why should I keep paying after I move out?
Because I can't afford it, you know that!
You're going to live with your wife in the family home, right? You won't have rent and you'll save on living expenses. Even with a salary cut, you should be able to manage it.
No, it's absolutely impossible! Actually, I wasn't just given a salary cut. I was fired. As an unemployed person, I can't pay a $2,000 monthly mortgage.
What? You were fired? But you told me it was just a pay cut.
Well, yes, due to poor company performance, but it's embarrassing, so I couldn't tell anyone. I lied to you, too. I thought I'd find a new job quickly before anyone found out.
So all this time, I've been paying your mortgage and supporting your lifestyle?
When you put it that way, it sounds bad. But finding a new job has been harder than I expected, so I'm still unemployed.
I see. So what have you been doing all these months?
Job hunting, interviews, I've been trying. Please, Mia, I have some savings, but they're running out fast. But as an unemployed person, a $2,000 monthly mortgage payment is impossible. Even if I return home, please keep helping with the payments.
That's really difficult for me. I've been supporting you for too long already.
Just until I find a job. I promise it won't be much longer.
Just to confirm, does your fiancé know about this? Because you're still unemployed, right? I'm just wondering how you decided to get married in this situation.
Well, about that, actually, she doesn't know I'm unemployed.
What?
I told her I'm working from home. She thinks I have a stable remote job.
And she still is believing that?
And she also doesn't know about moving in with Mom after the marriage. It's still a secret. I'm planning to tell her after we've officially registered our marriage.
What? So she thinks you're buying a place together?
I said we'd rent for a while until we find the perfect house.
I can't believe this. What are you thinking? Hiding such important information before marriage is just unacceptable.
What choice do I have? Mom keeps pressuring me about when I'm getting married, saying she wants grandchildren soon. And my girlfriend keeps asking when we're getting married too. In this situation, I lose my job, can't find new work. I'm going crazy. The only solution is to get married and forcibly move back home.
Are you serious?
But this solves everything, right? My girlfriend gets to marry me, Mom is happy about us living together, and I save on living expenses, which helps me financially.
Until your wife realizes you've been lying to her about everything.
I'll find a job before then.
But you've been saying that for months.
I have an interview next week that looks promising.
I strongly suggest you tell Mom and your fiancé everything as soon as possible. Otherwise, you'll regret it later.
I can't. They'll both leave me. Just help me a little longer, please. Don't tell Mom or my fiancé anything.
I'm done covering for you, David. This has gone too far.
What are you going to do?
I'm moving out like Mom wants. What happens next is up to you.
You can't just abandon me like this.
I'm not abandoning you. I'm refusing to enable you.
Please, Mia, come back. Your brother is unemployed. He wasn't just given a pay cut. He was laid off.
I know. He finally told me too.
His job search isn't going well either, huh? He's been to 3 interviews this week, but no offers yet.
At least he's trying now.
Forget work. Even his marriage actually fell through. After all that talk about moving in with his wife after marriage, everything's been cancelled. He broke up with his fiancée.
What happened?
Your brother had hidden both his layoff and our living arrangement from his fiancée. When she found out, she was furious, called off the wedding immediately.
I see. Well, that was predictable.
She screamed at him for an hour before returning the ring and leaving. So please, Mia, won't you come back? David and I both need your help again.
Why would I come back? You kicked me out, remember?
That was before I knew the truth. I was misled. David says he can't pay the $2,000 mortgage anymore. His savings are almost gone, and even if he moves back home, he can't contribute to expenses.
That's not my problem anymore.
And I can't pay $2,000 a month on my pension. You're our only hope, Mia. The bank is threatening foreclosure if we miss another payment.
I'm sorry, Mom. Life in my luxury apartment is too comfortable, so I don't want to return home.
Please, Mia, I was wrong about you.
You and David will have to handle the new house mortgage yourselves.
But, we can't afford it. The house will be repossessed.
Then sell it before that happens. Downsize to something more affordable.
After all the renovation work?
I'm going to keep working at the clothing store for a while. I'll continue with both my part-time job and the brand I launched. But after all, a part-time job is just a part-time job, right? You must be happy that this ungrateful daughter has now left.
I'm sorry for belittling your work. I had no idea you were working so hard. I see now how wrong I was to judge your career choice. From now on, I'll support whatever job you do. As family, I'll support you. So let's all live together cooperatively as a family.
That's impossible, because I hate all of you.
What? Mia, please don't say that. We're family.
Family doesn't treat each other the way you've treated me. I have no intention of ever returning home.
Please reconsider. David and I are truly sorry.
Don't worry, you have your precious, excellent son with you, so you'll be fine. Well, take care.
Wait, Mia!
After that, I immediately changed my phone into all my contact information. As a result, I no longer receive any messages from my mother or brother. Rumor has it that Mom is now working several part-time jobs in the neighborhood to pay the mortgage. Ironically, her adoration for my brother has completely reversed, and she supposedly screams at him daily. "Do you have any idea how much money I've wasted on you? Get a job, you idiot son!" Shocked by her mother's transformation, my brother apparently breaks down in tears. The jobs he desperately found didn't last long, and now he's reportedly going to the employment center in tears while being verbally abused by her mother.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Hello, nice to meet you. You're Sarah, the one dating my brother James, right?
Huh? Sorry, who is this? I don't recognize this number.
Oh, I must have surprised you with a message from someone you don't know. I'm James's little sister. My name is Kate.
Oh, nice to meet you. I've heard from James that he has a younger sister.
I've heard about you from my brother, too. You two are dating with the intention of getting married, right? I heard you're planning to get married within this year.
Did he tell you how we met? We actually met through a matchmaking service.
What? A matchmaking service? My brother registered for something like that? I can't believe he never told me. He usually tells me everything.
We were both looking for someone to date with the intention of marriage, and that's where I met James. After going on several dates, we decided to get married within this year.
No way. I've been telling him I'd help him find a girlfriend. I can't believe he went behind my back.
Huh?
Never mind. That's my business. Anyway, do you have some time?
I suppose. What for?
I want to make sure you're a suitable woman for my brother.
What?
This is very important to me and our family. I've loved and respected my brother since I was young. That's why I want him to date someone wonderful. Let me check if you have that value. I promise it won't take long. Just a few questions so I can get to know you better.
You really look up to James, don't you?
Of course! My brother is the biggest genius in our family, and I'm proud of him. You should feel honored to be dating him, honestly. Everyone in our family is a genius and went to famous universities. Among them, my brother got into Harvard as a freshman and graduated top of his class. He was even asked to give the welcome speech at the entrance ceremony. He's the #1 genius in our family. I followed his footsteps to Harvard, but I'm nowhere near as brilliant as he is.
That's truly impressive. James mentioned about Harvard, but he didn't tell me all those details.
That's just like him, so humble. Anyway, that's why I need to test whether you're suitable for my brother. Don't worry, it's just some light questions. I've done this with all of my brother's past girlfriends, so don't be nervous. Just answer casually.
So, you've done this with all his exes. So I'm not the first to go through this. Interesting.
Of course! As his sister, it's my duty to make sure he ends up with the best partner possible. So, first question. Are you good at cooking and housework? How often do you do them?
Well, I've lived alone for a long time, so I think I'm pretty good. I'm not great at making fancy dishes, but I cook for myself daily. I actually enjoy experimenting with new recipes on weekends. James seems to like my cooking. Oh, but I really love cleaning. I clean the drains every day. That's how much of a clean freak I am.
That's great! Cleaning drains daily gets you high marks. Next question. Is it true you work for a major corporation? That's what I heard from my brother.
I work at a different type of company than James, but yes, I work at the headquarters of a major corporation.
Headquarters? Another high score? Then what's your salary? How much do you actually earn now?
Huh. Do I have to answer about my salary too? That seems rather personal.
If you're seriously planning to get married, it shouldn't be a problem. We're going to be family eventually, so please answer. Financial compatibility is important for marriage, right? I'm just making sure you two are a good match.
Roughly $70,000 a year.
In your 20s? With $70,000? That's quite impressive. You earn the same as my brother. You must be really good at your job.
Thank you. I do work hard. I was promoted last year.
Last question. What's your highest level of education? Which university did you graduate from? You've been so impressive so far. Don't tell me you graduated from Harvard like my brother. Or maybe Princeton? Or perhaps Yale? Where did you study?
Well, actually, I only graduated from high school. I went to a local business high school and started working right after graduation. I've taken some professional development courses since then, but no degree.
What? You're saying that you only have a high school diploma? Are you joking? This has to be a joke.
No, it's not a joke. That was all your questions, right? How did I do? Am I acceptable as James's fiancé?
You were perfect until just now, but being a high school graduate gives you negative 10 billion points. Sarah, please break up with my brother right now.
What? You can't be serious.
My brother graduated from Harvard with top honors. Not just me, but our whole family and all our relatives are proud of him. A high school graduate like you has no business dating him. So just stay away from my brother, you idiot.
Kate? Your tone suddenly changed completely.
I don't need to be polite to someone like you. Did you really think someone like you could marry into our family? Our bloodline has PhDs and doctors going back generations.
I don't understand. My education doesn't define who I am as a person.
He needs someone on his intellectual level, not some undereducated gold digger.
Gold digger? I make the same salary as James.
Whatever. Anyway, James deserves so much better. So just go break up with my brother. A stupid high school graduate like you is wasting my brother's precious time.
Sorry for the late reply, Sarah. I was busy with work today and just checked all my messages now.
James, we need to talk about your sister.
I can't believe Kate would contact you like that. Telling you to break up with me out of nowhere must have been shocking.
Shocking doesn't begin to cover it, James. Being looked down on for only having a high school diploma is a first for me, and being suddenly told to break up? She called me an idiot and a gold digger, all because I don't have a college degree.
Don't take Kate too seriously. She's just going overboard because she loves me too much. She's always been protective of me. It's kind of sweet, really.
Sweet? James, there was nothing sweet about it. She was incredibly hurtful.
Can you just brush off today's incident? Think of it as jealousy from your cute future sister-in-law.
Huh? James, are you not bothered by how she spoke to me?
I can't believe Kate is still doing this. She's been doing this since I got my first girlfriend in college. She's been looking up to me since we were little, and she intimidates any woman who gets close to me. Just think of her as a sister with a brother complex.
James, your fiancé is upset and confused, but you're laughing about it? Kate said some really hurtful things to me. Aren't you going to apologize or say something to her about it?
Why should I apologize? And Kate doesn't need to apologize either. She's just a bit too attached to her brother, that's all. She's not causing any real trouble. You should just ignore it.
What? James, she directly told me to break up with you because I'm not educated enough.
Well, I understand you might feel hurt about being looked down on for your education, but being a high school graduate is a fact, and there are plenty of people like that in the world. You chose to be just a high school graduate, didn't you? Don't push the responsibility for that risk onto me.
So you're saying it's my fault for being a high school graduate who can be looked down on? Not the person who calls others bottom tier because of their education? Do you actually agree with her? That I'm not good enough for you?
No, Sarah! I'm telling you, she said those things because she loves me too much. It's just jealousy from a sister who cares about her brother. Besides, I'm the one dating you, not her. What does it matter what she thinks? Seriously, being this difficult to understand is one of your flaws as a high school graduate.
Excuse me? Did you just blame my education for my reaction to being insulted?
You're overreacting. This isn't that big of a deal. We're gonna get married soon. Don't you think it's better not to make waves for your own benefit?
Well, that's true, but I just can't believe you're not standing up for me. This feels wrong.
Please try to put up with Kate's behavior. If you can't handle it, our engagement is off.
That was terrible, Kate. Suddenly pouring tea on me. Why would you do something like that?
You're the terrible one, you bottom-tier woman! I told you to break up with him, but you still haven't! And now you have the nerve to come to our house for a formal introduction! How thick-skinned are you?
I never agreed to your demand to break up, and James says he wants to marry me. I thought after a while you might have calmed down, but I see I was wrong about that.
Huh? So what if my brother says that? That doesn't change my decision. As long as I don't approve, I won't acknowledge your marriage to my brother. A high school graduate with poor academic credentials isn't suitable for my precious brother. Do you know how embarrassed I was introducing you to our relatives? This is Sarah, James' fiancée. She's a high school graduate.
But I got high marks in everything except academics on your test, right? I cook for myself, work hard at a major corporation, and earn a good income. Academic credentials are just achievements from when we were teenagers. Won't you acknowledge how hard I've worked regardless of my education?
Huh? What are you talking about? I don't care where you work or how much you earn. Education is what matters most. Money comes and goes, but stupidity is forever. This is why I hate the uneducated.
Kate, are you serious right now?
Education is more important than anything. Everyone in our family and relatives is highly educated. They all went to famous universities, and we have many doctors and lawyers among us. Imagine if stupid high school graduate DNA entered our family. Our family's excellent bloodline that has continued for generations would end.
Your family's bloodline, that's quite a serious issue.
You might not know this as a stupid high school graduate, but education is the most important thing in life. When you're job hunting, there are positions you can't even apply for without a college degree. You can even be rejected just based on the name of your school. How can someone like you possibly understand the value of prestigious education?
But education is most important only during job hunting, right? Once you're in society, education doesn't matter. What matters is how much you can accomplish. I've accomplished plenty without a fancy degree.
Ugh, you're so persistent for a low-educated idiot. Just give up on my brother already. If one cup of tea wasn't enough to make you understand, next time I'll dump an entire bucket on your head.
Kate.
Low education doesn't suit our family. I'll only accept a highly educated wife for my Harvard brother.
Then give up on your connections getting you hired.
Huh?
I understand clearly now how much you value academic credentials, Kate. I've had enough. I'll break up with James today.
Finally, you're making the right decision!
But you opposed our marriage because of academic credentials, so you should accept it without complaint if you get rejected for the same reason.
Wait, what are you suddenly talking about? What's this about connections? I haven't done anything like that.
Oh, really? Is that so? Yet you've been desperately contacting every Harvard alumni at our company, begging them to help you get hired, bowing your head over and over.
What?
What else would you call this but using connections? I can't think of a more appropriate term.
Wait a minute. How do you know about that?
I told you my salary and education level, but I never mentioned my company name. I work in the HR department at Greenleaf Group headquarters. Kate, you listed our company as your top choice, didn't you?
What? You work at my first choice company? That's impossible. There's no way.
Yes, I was headhunted while working at another company. Even with my high school education that you mock, they told me they don't care about credentials because results are what matter to them.
No way. This has to be a joke. You're making this up to get back at me.
And now I work in HR, so I know you applied to our company. I also know you were rejected after the first round.
What?
But you weren't satisfied with the results and kept calling our company repeatedly, saying, "I'm a Harvard graduate. It's ridiculous to reject me." I even took one of your complaint calls myself.
You did?
And just when things seem to have settled down, lately you've been reaching out to every Harvard graduate at our company, begging them, saying, "Can you somehow get me in through connections?" I'm sorry, but it's all been reported back to me.
No way! Those traitors! They said they'd help me!
Our company already has high competition, and the department you applied for is both popular and strictly merit-based. Yet you said, "I won't accept anything but the prestigious planning department," so of course you were rejected.
Well, what do you mean, of course? I'm a current Harvard student. I may not be top of my class like my brother, but I still have excellent credentials, so I should be hired for a popular department. A Harvard education should count for something.
Harvard is actually considered low education compared to the people in that department.
What? Harvard is low education? You're lying. Harvard is the best university in the world.
The people in the planning department are geniuses among geniuses. Harvard is just the minimum requirement. Most of them studied abroad and have graduate degrees.
What? But...
Yet you keep insisting we hire you. If academic credentials are everything in life, as you say, then you should understand that connections won't help and give up.
But that's different. This is about my career.
Oh, by the way, I've been approved for a transfer to the planning department this spring. I've been recognized for my achievements and promoted to that prestigious department. The department you couldn't get into with your Harvard education.
What? No way, hold on. You are just a high school graduate. How could someone like you go to a department for geniuses?
I guess I was recognized as a genius on par with those already there. Or maybe, just maybe, education isn't everything. Perhaps actual ability matters more. Now, I'll be taking my leave.
Wait, don't go yet.
Don't worry, once I break off the engagement, I won't contact James anymore.
Hey, Sarah! This is important! What was that phone call about? You're breaking our engagement? You're not going to marry me? What are you talking about?
You saw how Kate behaved today. She hates me enough to pour tea on me, and she told me to break off the engagement again, so I'm just doing what she said.
Don't take Kate's words so seriously. She just loves her brother too much. Don't take it to heart and break off our engagement. Come on, Sarah. Don't be so dramatic about a little tea.
Are you kidding me? Your sister assaulted me in front of your entire family, and you did nothing. Then what if I say I want to break our engagement? Would that satisfy you? I'm fine with that explanation too.
What? You want to break our engagement? After everything we've been through because of one little incident?
When Kate poured tea on me, you didn't even bring me a towel. You didn't rush over and just stood there, frozen in shock. I thought you would at least say something to scold Kate, but you said maybe she was trying to break the tension in her own way. What kind of explanation is that? Who pours tea on someone to break tension?
I was caught off guard. You know how Kate can be.
At that moment, I firmly decided I will never marry you. I will break off this engagement. A pathetic man like you could never be my partner.
Wait, please, wait. Sure, maybe that comment was insensitive, but I was just trying to lighten the mood somehow. That's why I said something like that on the spur of the moment.
Lighten the mood after your fiancé just had tea poured on her? Did you think I'd laugh and say, thanks for easing the tension? Are you really that oblivious? Or do you just not care?
Look, I care about you. I really do.
I'm sorry, but breaking off the engagement is the only option. I never want to see you or your sister again. Please consider our engagement terminated as of today.
Wait, hold on! Calm down! You're being irrational! Let's talk about this when you've cooled off. Meanwhile, I'll talk to Kate, too. I'll properly scold her for going too far. So please try to understand Kate a little.
Excuse me? Now you'll talk to her after she's already assaulted me?
Kate is still a college student. She's just a kid, and she's loved me since we were little, so this is just jealousy from a sister who adores her brother, right? So don't be so angry. Try to forgive her a little.
There it is again. You think if you call it jealousy from a brother complex, everything will be smoothed over? No matter what I say, you brush it off as cute jealousy. You're like a broken record. Can't a Harvard graduate come up with a better explanation?
What?
Maybe I should have told Kate that your wonderful brother is a Harvard graduate, but he was fired for incompetence and is currently unemployed. He can't find a new job and moved into my place last week. I should have told her the whole story.
Wait, don't say that! Please, Sarah. Kate doesn't know I lost my job. I don't want to ruin Kate's idealized image of her brother.
Then please accept the termination of our engagement and come pick up your things from my apartment today.
What? Today? But I still haven't found a new job and don't have money to move now. Where am I supposed to go? I can't go back to my parents' house.
That's not my problem. Or would you prefer I soak all your belongings in tea?
What? You wouldn't.
Anyway, I'll leave your things outside, so come pick them up.
I'm sorry about yesterday. No, not just yesterday. I apologize for everything I've said. Sarah, please respond. This is important.
What do you want, Kate? I thought I made it clear I want nothing to do with you or your brother anymore.
Please, somehow help me get hired at your company. At this point, I don't care which department.
Excuse me?
You know, right? Everyone in our family and relatives is successful. But the truth is, I still can't find a job. I've been rejected not just from my first choice, but my second and third choices too. That's why I got desperate and tried to appeal directly and contact alumni. My graduation is coming up and I still don't have a job lined up. But to think you were in the HR department at my first choice. Please, somehow squeeze me in. There must be a way.
That's impossible, and I can't believe you have the nerve to ask. Do you think apologizing makes everything okay? That just makes me even angrier.
I'm not just apologizing. I'll accept your relationship with my brother, too. Please marry my brother. I won't oppose it. I'll support you, so please hire me.
You're too late, Kate. I've already broken off my engagement with James.
What? No, you can't break up with him. He loves you so much.
And no matter how much you beg, someone like you can't join our company. As a rule, we don't accept people with criminal records.
Criminal record? What is that about? That has nothing to do with me. I haven't committed any crimes. I'm a model student. I've never even gotten a speeding ticket.
What are you talking about? Kate, you poured tea on me. That qualifies as assault.
What? Really? It was just tea. It wasn't even that hot.
I went straight to the police afterward. I filed a report.
What? A police report? No way. Wait, you can't be serious. Over spilled tea? Does that mean I'll be arrested?
Let me ask you something. Are there any criminals in your brilliant family lineage?
Of course not. No such person exists.
Then you'll be the first in your family's history. Congratulations.
That's nothing to celebrate. Please stop. I promise I won't contact you or bother you anymore. I'll apologize properly. I'll get on my knees if I have to. I promise that. So please withdraw the police report.
No way. Now, if you'll excuse me. Goodbye, Kate. I received a call from Kate's parents and went back to their house, where all their proud relatives had gathered. Everyone offered very polite apologies, saying, "We're so sorry for what our family members did." Apparently, afterward, James and Kate were scolded not just by their parents, but by all their relatives, who said, "You shameless fools." After discussion, the two agreed never to appear before me again. And Kate agreed never to apply to our company again. In exchange for withdrawing the police report, I received a large settlement along with compensation for breaking off the engagement. Kate was subsequently disowned by her proud relatives, and James, unable to admit he was unemployed, is now doing day labor while living in an internet cafe. It seems academic credentials weren't everything after all.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.